Hello?
Hello?
Dude. Oh.
Dude.
Oh. That. Do let me know if the audio sounds good. All right. Need to adjust some of these. I only just now set this up, literally just minutes ago. To adjust like that. Do I really need it like that? I just set this up, and I'm contemplating if I want if I want to prioritize looking at the chat on YouTube or on OBS, because I don't know about you guys, but I've always been a filthy light mode user. I've never been a dark mode user on any application. It's just how I am. So I would like to see the viewer count, which OBS doesn't let me do that, but you know, maybe my eyes are getting too old for me. Maybe I can't stand the white anymore. Here, I'll do this. I'll move it over here. I think that'll do. All right. Was the patch tomorrow? I thought it was on the 15th. I have been a while since I've had to navigate one of these. The Persian Gold is live. Well, when does the banner? Oh no, I can't check here either. When does the banners end? 15. Yeah, I thought it was on the 15th, so it's not tomorrow, is it? Unless some of y'all have time zone differences. I'm on the Western U.S. In the U.S. Okay, all right. So I guess the newsletter inside the game just only shows for Eastern countries or Middle Eastern or Asian countries, which is why it'll show 15. But okay, so if it is tomorrow, then I just want to get this stamina sorted out just briefly. I'm gonna turn the game volume up just one. All right. So I guess just a quick update since I've last done anything, or at least stick to the game. I could talk about what's been going on personally in a little bit, I guess, but let's just stick to the game for now, and let me just ease myself in. So I'm still on a losing streak for 50-50s. I think I'm on lost streak 6. I'm in so much frustration right now, and I can't wait to lose more 50-50s when the patch rolls over. So I got Trigger. I had to lose 50-50 to get her, and I lost a 50-50 trying to get Alice, and I lost a 50-50 trying to get Evelyn. Thankfully, I did not lose the W engines, though. I might have actually put a hole through my desk if I had to, I swear. Hello, Loppy. Welcome to the chat. Alright. Let me get this stamina sorted out. So I'm working on Alice right now. I want to get the anomaly proficiency to a nice juicy 300, but I don't want to sacrifice too much attack doing so. Polling plans for the future? I've been going back and forth on whether or not I want to get Lucia. It has nothing. I have no issue with the design decisions that they've done for Lucia. I'm gonna turn this down for my sake, actually. Hold on, let me finish that. Oh. So I don't actually really care about what's going on with the situation with Lucia's redesign. If I'm being honest, I just don't think Lucia is really my cup of tea. I'm not really a fan of the Goat Tail personally, and also I don't like Rupture. And if I did, even if I did pull Lucia, then I would need to start pulling a bunch of Rupture characters, and that was going to get very expensive very quickly. Can I brute force Rupture Shield content by just using other characters? I guess we'll see. I mean, maybe I can try to use... Why is this not locking? Here we go. Hello, Ironmonger. I've seen... Yes, I have seen Banyu. As far as like male characters are concerned, I'm still keeping my eye out for a lighter rerun, and I might consider getting Hugo, since now that I've had and played around with Trigger with W engine, by the way. Now I've had the chance to play around with her. I have a feeling I could probably use them interchangeably between Ellen and Hugo. So, you know, if I get lighter, and then I can get Hugo, and then I could play around with that, but then that kind of creates another situation where I need to like pick and choose between ice leaning content, which, you know, it's already like kind of sucks for us Ellen and Hugo enjoyers because Miyabi exists. Rerun 2.4? I hope so. I'm actually... What's the name of the not Void Hunter like Yi Shang Young? I'm actually not that hot for her if I'm being entirely honest. I'd say like all of my interest in the 2.0 cast has been primarily Alice and Yuzuha, and I already got them. Le Shang Young. I heard Kete like pronounce it like last night. I'm still not 100% sure how I got it. I'm actually kind of contemplate if I were to get Lucia, I would actually just wait for a Yi Zhuan rerun. I already said I wasn't big on Yi Zhuan, but I'm actually might be coming around to it, honestly. But then, like, I would have to consider getting like Jafufu or anyone else for that matter. It's just very expensive to just go from 0 Rupture characters to then build an entire Rupture team so quickly. Ridiculously good if you haven't seen. I guess I can see it. I'm not one to look at leaks since stuff changes around all a lot. A lot of people, I see so many people constantly like whipping themselves up into like a frothing frenzy, and then they get like they get teased or they get cucked out of like the character that they could have had because they've always just been looking at leaks. Okay. Did my brother get seed? He got some insane... my brother's got some insane seed pulls. Right off the bat, he got a double S. He got a double S when pulling for seed, and that was the first time either me or my brother pulled a double S in Zenless Zone Zero. I gotta say, our ZZZ luck is like some of the worst, which is unfortunate. So he got seed, and then on the second S, he got Lycon. And then on a few more pulls, he then won 50-50 twice on the next two 50-50s. So he has M2 seed. Unfortunately, once my brother got seed and started playing around for about a week or so, he came to the realization that he doesn't really like playing seed. So he went from wanting Orphe to not wanting Orphe to wanting seed, and then not really liking seed, and then going back to getting Orphe. So he's kind of an emotional roller coaster right now. Lost 50-50 on Yanagi. I also lost 50-50 on Yanagi, but I'm sure you might have already noticed that. It was so frustrated that day. And that wasn't even the half of it, because I'm still stuck in a rut as well. The plans, actually, right now, there's been some change. There's been some massive changes that's been going on in my personal life. And let's just say I might be inclined to frivolously spend for a lot of Vivian pulls. I'm not going to pull Lucia, but I am absolutely going to pull several Vivians if I can. But that's just up to the luck of the gods at that point. How am I feeling about GFL 2? I'm gonna be entirely honest with the Girls Frontline 2 situation. I actually don't really care about like the Klukai gotcha skin situation. I have my own reasons for why I think it was overblown. If you played a lot of Girls Frontline 2, then you would kind of see like the writing on the wall that there wasn't a lot of profitability in pulling for characters. Like GFL2's end game was very easy. There was not really much reason to shield. There was not really many opportunities to shield characters, and the few end game contents that we had for a while that was challenging or had like a high reward ceiling was Gunsmoke, but you could just borrow characters from the guild. So in my opinion, I saw the writing on the wall that they were gonna push hard for gotcha skins. Now granted I was not expecting them to push for like the 130 to 200 price range, and also shoving, I might get used out of that, also just shoving the dorm system in there. I wasn't expecting that. So I was anticipating something of that caliber happening. I just wasn't expecting it to that amount. And I do definitely think the fact that it's a Klukai skin definitely pushed a lot of people's emotions a lot more, because Klukai is a very popular character. What kind of reaction did you have when they announced the Vivian skin? When I first saw the Vivian skin... Hold on. I'll answer this one first by Tomato Paw. My opinion about the skin not being available for 6 months. So this might sound a bit contradictory. I think delaying the skin for purchase for 6 months is incredibly stupid and a boneheaded decision, but at the same time, it's not a big deal, if that makes sense. It's stupid, but it's also not big deal. Because, you know, it's just a cosmetic. Now, if it were up, if I were the one making the decisions and I wanted to delay the Vivian skin, I would have maybe delayed it for just one patch, but not 6 months. Like, I would have maybe teased them a little, like if I was going to be a little like conniving, a little money grubber, I would tease them for about maybe 3 weeks, but I wouldn't hold or wring them dry for 6 months. Like, that is insane. I don't know why they did that. As for the skin itself, yeah, half a year. That's insane. As for the skin itself, I'd say I actually like the skin. I think it's definitely between Yuzuha and Alice's skins. I definitely think Vivian. Well, I love the color purple. Let's get that out of the way first. And I also like the more high class aesthetic that the Mockingbird characters have. So I very much love the Vivian skin. I do think it feels a little weird, like how they didn't really do much to adjust her ultimate animation with like the thrusters. So that's like that throws me off a little bit, but not enough for me to not want the skin. Delayed for half a year. Yeah. They put out like they put out like a notice announcement. Is it not? Can I actually not see it in the notices? No, it's not here. Announcements? No. Let me see if I can find it. Do they have the? I should go to the subreddit. I'll pull it up in just a second. It's a Reddit image, so I can't. Wait, it says it's in. Wait, is it not here? I'm seeing the Reddit image, and it says it's in Redo newsletter. Is it right here? Oh, it's right here. No, am I stupid? I think I might be stupid, guys. Right here, this one. Down here at the bottom. On obtaining the outfit, only obtainable through the event, there will be no other way to obtain it for at least 180 days after version 2.4 ends. In future versions, this outfit will return through the store or today's outfit section. So that's, if you know your math, 30 days times 180, that's 6. So that's, you're looking at 6 months before you can even get a chance to buy it. I think that is actually stupid. I was honestly completely fine with them, just charging $10 just immediately after. I don't know why they had to do this. I as more and more games come out from Asian countries that are kinda gacha-esque, but they do away with the gacha system, like games like Do It Night Abyss and Ananta. If both those games are incredibly successful, we might see like a massive turn in future anime-esque Asian game releases. I don't really. They're not gachas at that point. If they don't have a gacha system, they're not really gachas. Where's my line of thought? If we start seeing a push for that, then the current games out right now that have gacha systems, they're gonna need to adapt. Or they either need to adapt or they really need to bank on having a really diehard fan base to just keep putting up with the gacha systems. And so when you start to pivot towards a more cosmetic focused monetization, but then you start doing stupid stuff like this to try and like keep your dying grasp on a gacha system by holding skins hostage, I don't think that's gonna do what you want to do. Check the thank you GIF. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, wait. Yeah. I'm here. My thoughts on Ananta and DNA. So, I'm really hoping that Ananta actually is what it says it is. For multiple reasons. One, because I really want to play it. There's just so much stuff about it that looks awesome. Like I haven't had like this childlike excitement for a game in ages, and Ananta just kind of does that for me. Like there will be times where I won't go like a day without thinking about those 2 trailers they showed off, and makes me giddy just thinking about it. Do It Night Abyss, I'm not too big on, but something could happen out of it. I'm willing to give Do It Night Abyss a shot, but my issue with let me pull up the website just for a second, if I can just kind of illustrate my points. I have some, right, because actually these Asian games love their website music. All right. Oh, right. I'm not. I apologize in advance. Like I said earlier, I'm a light mode freak. My issue with Do It Night Abyss is I'm not really big on the character designs, because it seems like all of them, a lot of them, come on. Let me click on it. A lot of them seem to have like these very like rough edge like designs to like a lot of their pieces. So you see like Psyche's the one I actually am the most interested in playing. She kind of gives me a vibe of if someone was trying to cosplay a female Astalos from Monster Hunter with like the very dark bug like exoskeleton look design, and then like the use of like a very vibrant yellowish green. But you see like some very like horn like rough angular design here, horn jagged edgy design here. This one's on a bit softer, but then you've got like the coral crown here, edge design. This one's definitely the softest, Truffle and Filbert. Edge design, edge focus design, edge focus design. This one's a bit more cloth-like, but you've got a few edges here, but it's more like ruffles and fur. That's that. Again, like more edges, and also like this kind of like weird like husk flesh like kind of wrap around the character's body kind of aesthetic with the clothes. I don't know, the art style doesn't really resonate with me. I think this was a bit more unique with like the sweater like design, but again, it seems like this inner shirt right here also again has like this very like scaly hard roughage design going for it. There's a lot going on with this guy over here. Again, like rough edge design with like the crown, and also like these very like harsh streaks along the bust coverage of the shirt, and like some harsh flames, and again rough design. it's just not my cup of tea personally. I'm sure if you're familiar with like how Warframe has like its very unorthodox character designs with its actual frames, how a lot of them can just kind of look like they just kind of took clay and just slapped them on there, especially with like the earlier designs with like Rhino or something. So I guess if you're looking for that more alien-like designing characters, then the Do It Nedbus definitely does that. But I'm kind of I want to see more like modern / hint of sci-fi aesthetic from games like Zenless Zone Zero and Anata, and a little bit of Neverness to Everness as well. But I'm not really paying attention to Neverness to Everness. Let's see. All right. So let's do a little bit of like a refresher of, I guess, of what happened. So, you know, I was hanging out for a little while with Foxsoul, and in like one of my more recent videos that he reacted to, Foxsoul was just giving his opinion that I should maybe branch out of doing exclusively ZCC content, because I was doing that for a while. And I decided to make another Wuthering Waves video. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do the Wuthering thing. I'm kind of past that point. I hope you understand. So I decided I would cover the end game problem, quote unquote. The problem is that I don't actually play that much Wuthering Waves, so I didn't really have like a lot to go off of when I made the video. But I don't know why, but instead of just scrapping the idea and just doing something else, I went full force ahead with it anyway, and I definitely screwed up. I presented a lot of information as facts or as like majority opinion, when that wasn't the case. It was very much like minority opinion on stuff like the combat system and how some of the endgame content was actually structured. There are issues with Wuthering Waves' endgame, but I don't know why. I just didn't convey those at all. So I pulled a Fallout 4, everyone hated that, and it definitely ruffled a lot of feathers, and I wasn't ready for that kind of response back, and I didn't really know how to respond. Endgame problem is that Heckhead is a bitch. I haven't been keeping track. I haven't been keeping track with like anything like Wuthering Waves related, or like anything with Wuthering Waves creators. So you have to forgive me. I'm out of the loop with this one for about 2 months now. Really want to get shit right? Yeah, absolutely. I needed to do a better job on that. But something that was happening is that for a little while, since I've created issues for myself where I would constantly go back and forth, whether because I would do something very I would act on my emotions and do something very irrational and out of left field, and I would have to like walk back those things because I didn't mean it. I was absolutely lost in the sauce, and I've done that like a few times now already, to the point where people can't really like trust what I have to say, or get a grasp of whose side I'm on. And remember, this is the gacha space we're talking about. Tribalism, like it's in its blood, like all the way down. So if you're not making it clear whose side you're on, then you know people potentially have issues with you. And there are a lot of people who definitely have issues with me, unfortunately, and I can't really do anything to change that, but I'm just gonna have to, you know, go full force ahead and just carve my own path. I'm getting off track. When Foxsoul offered to have a private conversation with me, which went on for about 6 hours, if anyone's like literally just seen it, you don't even need to watch it. 6 hours. When you have a conversation with another adult for 6 hours, it kind of transcends like just two content creators talking to each other, and it kind of becomes like personal, or something where you kind of you both let your guard down and just kind of get to know each other. So I felt I felt a genuine connection with Foxsoul. It's gonna sound gay as shit. I felt a genuine connection with Foxsoul that I haven't really had like in the months that I've spent on this platform. So I felt like we really hit it off. I never really felt like a part of like any of the communities that I kind of meandered around in. You know, I don't really know Captain Cabinets or Glaive Keo all that well. I have like kind of a camaraderie with Blazion because we started like at around the same time, so I felt a camaraderie there. But I mostly just kind of stick to my own thing, and he sticks to his. And you know, my situation with Saint is like very complicated. I feel like a schizo just thinking about it. And I got along with Ethan very well, but I don't know. I couldn't like get 100% behind Ethan, if that makes sense. But when I had like a 6-hour conversation with Foxsoul, a guy who's been kind of vilified in a lot of like corners of the gacha space, I didn't really care what Foxsoul had to say about other people or his opinions or even his content itself. I just wanted to be around Foxsoul. I wanted to be around the person behind the Bangaboo model, you know? I wanted to just kind of be with Foxsoul because I felt comfortable with him. So when I was kind of put in this position where there was like some heavy implications or implied statement or implied feelings that if I were to stick around with Foxsoul that I would potentially be excommunicated from like the other half of the gacha space. And again, nobody outright said this, but I felt like I was backed into a corner for being friends with Foxsoul. So that is why I made the follow-up the follow-up video. By the way, if for some reason none of you know what I'm referring to, I'm sure Saint Tontas probably covered it. You could probably just go digging in his videos. I don't really feel comfortable looking through it myself. So that follow-up, I made a follow-up video attempting to address and kind of like squash any like rumors or misinformation people were trying to spread about me in terms of how I made my content or who I sided with or who was I part of. But the problem with that is that the video was presented in a way where people would come into it anticipating me to like apologize or specifically address the Wuthering Waves endgame video, but I don't know why, but for some reason I did not anticipate for someone to see a video that says my response to this video and it not be an apology. I don't know how I failed to see that coming, but I just didn't. And so people, I believe people came in looking for like an apology or a response to that, and instead what they got was an individual kind of just going on some weird tangent, just talking, just kind of like unairing his dirty laundry about like his mental state and where he like stood with a bunch of people. And after that, it just after like the backlash from that, it just threw me like into another like mental loop, and I just didn't even know what to do. So I, for some reason, thought the next thing to do was just to go straight cold turkey and just distance myself from everybody and drama altogether. But that was somehow quadruple times worse than anything I've done before. And at that point, I was just in a really, really bad spot. And I did attempt to upload one more video after that, but after dealing with all that, I just kind of decided the juice ain't worth the squeeze. So I'm just gonna put this down, and I'm just never gonna deal with it again. At least that was the idea back then. I do content creation as just kind of a hobby because I just kind of got bored at one point, so I wanted to like explore doing this because I've always thought about doing this, but I've never really put it at trying to. I don't know if you can hear the ice cream truck outside. I live in an apartment complex and I'm unfortunately very close to the road, so I hope it doesn't pick up. I hope I set my noise gate correctly. I've always wanted to do content creation, or I've played around with the idea of content creation as a job, but I've never gotten a chance to explore it. So when I had the chance to do it as just a hobby, and my situation in real life allows me to just comfortably do it as a hobby. I don't have to worry about turning this into a job or anything, or accepting like donations for anybody. I have the privilege to be very well off, and then I can just explore this however I please. When I decided that at this point this hobby was not good for me, I just stopped. Hold on. Never forget you saying that you wanted to be. Never forget saying that you wanting to be black. I don't remember that, unless that's from the Foxhole. I might have mentioned that from the Foxhole live stream. Anyway, where was I going? I'm trying to compile all my thoughts here. Give me a moment, guys. I completely lost my train of thought. How about that? Hello, Frontiers. Okay, so I can't remember my train of thoughts. Background info on why you disappeared. I'm talking about that right now. I'll just give the cliff notes. I'll just give a quick recap. So when I had a 6-hour live stream with Foxhole, I kind of developed a connection with Foxhole in a way that I didn't really have with anyone before. So when people after like the really bad Wuthering Waves endgame take video, it kind of culminated in this point where everyone is starting to just like spread misinformation about me. So I thought, okay, I'm going to tackle this misinformation straight ahead with a response video. But everyone watched that response video anticipating me to like apologize or address the Wuthering Waves endgame. Not for me to like suddenly just talk about like a bunch of misinformation or what actually how my actual relationship with these CCs, and it kind of blew up in my face. And it got to a point where I just decided I'm going to stop content creation, and then I'm just going to focus on my IRL things, and then just go back to just kind of being like a nice little quiet individual amongst the crowd. Oh yeah, okay. Now I regain my train of thought. Can I add you? Sure. My UID is just down there, and in the bottom right if you want to add me. Unless that's already who's notifying me at the top left. So I got to be honest, when I left content creation, so this is kind of funny. So despite how bad the circumstances were for me leaving, I think honestly me leaving was such a good thing to happen to me, because to give you some context, almost every single video that you see on my channel right now, that was conceptualized, put together, made, and uploaded, most of them within 24 hours. I would come home from like a 5 to 7 hour day workday, and I would get straight to work on scripting, voice recording, and editing, and getting thumbnails and reference images for videos, and I would just put it out there. And most of the time I would either have the video done and uploaded it by like 3 or 4 in the morning, or I would be wrapping up making the video at like 9 or 10 in the morning the next day. So I would spend upwards of 7 or 8 hours after working my job and come home and do video making. I was not properly managing my my schedule of content creation with like my work-life balance. Like I was doing it in a very unhealthy way, when I should not have been doing that. I should have taken my time, and I should have like been putting together my videos in parts and doing a better job of like managing my personal life, my personal friendships, my relationships with my family, and also like my personal well-being. Like I would also come home, and I would either like eat some really trashy food, or I would just not eat until I get the video out. And sometimes like I would even like put off cooking meals for me and my brother. Now, my brother eats. Now, me and my brother both like eat whenever we feel like it. But sometimes, sometimes I like to make it. I like to make him a nice dinner. I like to make us a nice dinner because I'm not a fan of like eating trash all the time. But there were at least like 2 or 3 times where I basically like put off like making dinner so I could finish putting a video out, despite the fact that I told him, hey, keep your stomach empty. I'm gonna make us some dinner later. So I would do that. So yeah, it was so bad. Another thing that was really bad about like how I was managing my like content schedule is I would put a video out and I would like wait in anticipation for like someone to react to it, because you definitely have to be a narcissist to be a content creator to an extent. So while I was on my shifts, I would pull out my fucking phone and put on like a live stream of either Ethan or Saint Tontos or somebody else and wait to see if somebody puts their streams in for him to react, and then I would just have it on. Like, this is like the job I work at is like a zero tolerance on like having phones out, unless like there's literally nothing happening. But I would literally be like trying to do like more intense hours of my shift while the stream was like playing nearby or just in my hand, and I was just trying to handle equipment and stuff or supplies with the phone in my hand listening. And I feel so ashamed of myself from like a professional like work standpoint just doing that. Like, it felt so stupid. I was absolutely just going way too hard on content creation and how I was letting it affect my day-to-day life. So I am very much glad that, to an extent, that I did kind of like get quote unquote kicked. I kicked myself out of the space, because it gave me a chance. It gave me the opportunity to like get my work-life balance back in shape, and I could actually get like on a healthy schedule and not disappoint like my family or my friends or my coworkers who depend on me. Sounds yeah, no, it absolutely was unhealthy. It was very bad. But after all that happened, these last 2 weeks have been very good for me. Now, the first week was definitely rough, because I was trying to readjust like back. So I was thinking, I was trying to adjust myself back into the idea of not thinking too much about like the trouble I've caused for like some creators, or like trying to think of like working on another video idea when I'm literally stopping, or tuning in to see what somebody might have to say about all the stuff I've done lately, or like looking up my name or anything. I just cut all that off, and I've just tried to like slowly just kind of tone it down and then just get it out. So yeah, the first like week or two was definitely me just like trying to readjust. But afterwards, I would say my life has definitely dramatically improved. As someone who also started a small creative project outside, it's very normal to go all out. Yeah, it's better for you to take a step back. Yeah, I'm very much glad. So, in this last few weeks, I've had some dental work done on my teeth, because I've been putting off some dental work for like ages. I had my top wisdom teeth removed. I already had my bottom ones removed years ago, but I never got my top ones removed. So I got those removed. One of them had a big cavity in there, and it was in there for years. So I got that removed. And then I had a deep gum cleaning done on the bottom of my gums. I have the my top gums are scheduled in a few this Thursday, so I can get that finished. And I have one more procedure that I need to do, where they need to put a crown on one of my back teeth, because an older filling it's either botched or it's worn out, so it needs a crown. And by the way, that's gonna cost me $800. Like, what the fuck? And that's with insurance. I have some good insurance too. But my teeth has been doing. I'm so glad I've got this work done on my teeth, because for the longest time, I've had like these dark spots growing on like the bottom of my teeth because you need like professional care to like get that sorted out. And my gum, and I was definitely like my risk of gum disease was getting pretty high up there. Like the way the dentist like checked for gum disease is they would like they took this little prod, and I don't know what they were doing because I can't look inside my mouth, but I assume like they were kind of sticking it in there, and there was notches on like the pick so they could like see how swollen the gums were. And what they said is like, we're going to put the prod in your gums, and every time we're going to move through and we're going to say a number based on like how bad like the swelling it is. And like 1 to 3 is 1 to 2 is okay. 3 it might show some risk, and then like anything above 4 it needs like attention as soon whenever they can. Now obviously they're going to say as soon as possible because they're a dentist office, so they're going to want to get people to, you know, do the procedures on them. So I'm hearing him read out like the situation with my gum swelling. So he's going like 2 2 1 2 2 3. I hear like a couple 4s in there, and then he gets like halfway through my top teeth, and then I hear 6. I'm like, 6? What the fuck? That wasn't even on the list range of numbers. So it's like, oh my, okay, yeah, we need to get this sorted out. So yeah, I had to get that sorted out. Like I said, the top gums will be done this Friday, and then I'm all good, and then I'm just left with that expensive crown. But that's been fine. So yeah. I've been having like some stomach acid issues as well lately. That's unrelated thing, but that's just because I'm getting old and I can't eat as fast as I used to. Like I would hork food. I still hork food down really fast, and it gives me and I'm just giving myself stomach issues. I just need to learn to slow down and actually like eat food more slowly. I've done this all my life. I just can't stop. But the last thing that's happened to me very recently is 2 weeks ago, I had my it was cooked. Yeah, I'm actually cooked. No, hold on. So about maybe 2 weeks ago, I had my year 1 review with my workplace, and they gave me like massive praise across the board. Like I was considered like one of their best workers in a while, and like there's like very few people like in the department of where I work that received the same amount of like praise and not acclamations, the same amount of praise that I did in my position. I might seem like a guy with maybe like a couple screws loose when it comes to like interacting with people, but I am absolutely I'm a completely different person in when I work at my job or I'm out in public. I'm a lot more reserved, and when it comes to my job, I absolutely just lock in and just focus on just doing my job. But funnily enough, that kind of given like the jobs I've worked in the past, that put me in a position where I inevitably ended up kind of being like one of the better workers because I'm just focused on my job. I'm not really worried about like I'm not too worried about like inconveniences or trying to like have chit chat. I'm just focused on doing my job. And oftentimes I'm just when I'm doing that, I'm doing that with like the mentality of like trying to keep my head down, and yet despite that, it always somehow gets me in a situation where I somehow becomes such a good employee that I then this is the follow-up, I then get like a lot of praise and then asked to like take a higher position, which is what happened in my year 1 review. Is after the praise, my lead in that department asked me a few times if I was willing to take a position as an assistant lead in the department. And I gotta be honest, after I quit working my previous job for about 6 years, I was kind of hoping to just take it easy, but I have a lot of respect for my boss and like the people I work with. So I took the position out of respect for them, and I want to not like let them down. And despite being told to like wait a few days, like after the obligatory interview we had the next day, despite being told to wait so they could like deliberate and check with other people, they immediately had me sign on for the position like the next day, and my pay just overnight just went up. And yeah, so it's going good for me right now. I will say, on the 19th this month, I will see a drastic increase in my work hours. Like before I was working part-time, now I'm going to be working full-time, like 9-hour shifts, 1-hour lunches, starting the 19th, and just for the for remainder of the time I work there, assuming like any normal circumstances. So even if I wanted to come back to doing like content creation in like a similar structure, I don't really have the time. I don't really have the time to anymore, because I'm going to be working very long shifts, and it's obviously I'm going to have to adjust my sleep schedule to account for that. And I also don't want to try and like burn myself out or wear myself out too thin by screwing around on my off hours. So I guess you could say part of this live stream that I'm doing right now is me taking an opportunity to just kind of explore other avenues of content creation that would better fit my new schedule. Because as much as I would kind of like to maybe go back into the video format that I was doing, I don't know if it's like in my best interest with how busy my schedule is going to start being. So I kind of want to explore this for a little bit, just kind of see how it goes, and we'll just go from there, really. Even if you haven't, you really shouldn't. Even if you had, you really shouldn't. I've been yapping tomato pois, so I'm just I don't know what you mean specifically when you say I shouldn't. But anyway, yeah. So. Definitely one of the benefits about working, full-time shifts and having a higher pay is then I get to be a bit more frivolous with my spending. What kind of videos do I plan on? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like I want to continue like what I'm doing, but I definitely might need to adjust like the format or like the length it'll take, or if I want to continue doing what I want to do, I need to drastically slow it down. We're talking like maybe make like 1 or 2 videos a week. And to y'all that's like sounds like okay, we understand, but for me, I am kind of bummed out at the idea like that I can't really focus too much on this. But it's whatever. I do want to like take the opportunities to, incorporate streaming if possible. And based on what's going on right now, I think I'd be okay with doing that. I actually was kind of hoping to maybe I want to say this right now. I think, the content that I enjoyed the most doing is actually kind of the stuff with my that I do with my brother, like the pull videos and like the Wuthering Waves story content. I actually I kind of just enjoy that environment. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but there's kind of like a gap in the in gacha content creation for like family-esque content, not like family friendly, but like interactions between like family members and those kind of dynamics. Like you see plenty of interactions with like duos or like tight-knit communities within the space, but I don't think I've seen anyone like in a unique situation where like they have a family member that they can directly engage with and interact with that shares like the same passion for these kind of games or this kind of genre as them. And that's, of course, that is up to my brother to decide. Unfortunately, my brother right now, he's kind of going through like a rough time right now. Like he's getting very worn out by his job. So I'm very much hoping that he can get over this rut. I'm gonna do with what I can when I can for him. But it does seem like his patience is very much wearing thin, and I see myself in him where he might actually break and he might leave his job. Kind of like what I did with my original job after like 6 years of working there. I feel like he's very close to that. Like he said before like I effing hate it here, or like I want to quit. And I don't know if things will get better for him. I'm really hoping they do. I enjoyed those as well. I was really looking forward to the sequel. Yeah, I do kind of feel a bit like unfortunate that I wasn't that part of the requirement for me to like kind of readjust myself back into back into like normal non-content creation life is I did kind of had to forego doing like those pull videos, which I definitely enjoyed doing, but I didn't I just needed some time away from the space, so that just kind of is just an unfortunate that is an unfortunate side effect or a casualty of that happening. Hello, Diego. Diogo, nice to see you. It's definitely been a while. So yeah, trying to remember if there was something else. I was actually considering the possibility of like shorts content, but I don't know if I really want to do shorts content. It's kind of like a whole completely dynamic, whole different dynamic over there. Good to see you too, at least. Yeah. It's been pretty good. I've had the chance to Diogo. I've had the chance to readjust and try and pull the brakes on how hard I was going with content creation and getting myself into like trouble or issues with other creators. So I'm glad to be back. Let's see. Oh. All right. Trying to remember if there's anything else. Oh yeah. There is one unfortunate thing that did happen. As far as I'm aware, about maybe a week and a half after I left, my stepfather had a confirmed diagnosis of a cancer in his throat. And I'm when I heard it, when me and my brother heard it, it was very rough for us. But we're very hopeful right now. He's got some very good doctors, and he's going through chemotherapy right now. So we're praying for him. We're hoping for the best for him. But I don't know how my mother's gonna feel if anything happens to him. He's done a lot for us, honestly. Like we were a pretty poor family growing up, and he definitely did. He pulled us like out of the gutter. So I have a lot of respect for him, more so than my biological dad. Pairing with Endgame, I guess we can move on and talk about Endgame for a little bit. Send him my wishes. Thank you, Diogo. Let's let me just take maybe like 20 seconds to readjust before I talk about Endgame for a moment. So just give me a moment. I'm just all right. I'm back with some tea. They sell like large cartons of these in my store for like $3. Who's DMing me right now? Oh, it's my brother. He's talking to me about some on sale item. Let me try and find something for a second as a frame of reference. This might be a little while. But since we're talking about Endgame, I feel like this is very appropriate to bring up. This might take a bit. I need to scroll up. Here we go. Okay. This is gonna be a little bit of a I'm actually gonna do this first. Hold on. Okay, I got a screen grab of that. Always like your honesty. Thank you. My honesty gets me in a shit ton of trouble though, but that's just the way it is. Not knowing where to stand or who to trust. Yeah, I understand. So let me pull up this image. Oh, so this is a little bit of a DM. This is a little bit of a DM leak for my brother, but it doesn't matter. So this was the lineup. This is censored because my brother didn't get a chance to like play the 2.2 story. What patch are we on? 2.3. The story with Isolde. The story with Isolde. He didn't get a chance to play it yet, so I have like a black bar redaction on this, but this is Defiler right here. So when after the first Deadly Assault rotation rolled over, I had so much trouble trying to clear 3-star all of these. Like I was pissed. And this was when like all of like the talks of HP inflation and like HP inflation 2 Electric Boogaloo kicked off, and like everyone was talking about it. But I said I don't ever want to see this kind of lineup again. Anti Miyabi, parentheses Ellen caught in the crossfire, because you have Miasma Priest here and you have Defiler, who are both ice resistant, and then Miasmic Fiend is anomaly leaning, so I couldn't really use Ellen there. And then you have Anti Anomaly, which is my entire account, because Miasma Priest and Defiler both like have hard counters against Anomaly and defensive assists required. And then I say fuck your Zhu Yuan, Arena, and Pulchra, because I was trying to do like some lineups against Defiler just to like try and irk out that 20k, but you can't use Anomaly. And of the non-anomaly options I have, which are very very few, one of them is Zhu Yuan, who when you swap to has a evasive assist, so you can't parry anything, and the other one is like Ellen Zhou, who's ice resistant. When this came out, I had a realization. Well, no, technically I had the realization when I put out like the attack versus an anomaly video. My account is completely anomaly leaning. I got Trigger and Evelyn only recently, obviously when they reran. I did not have Trigger when this Deadly Assault started. So my entire roster was just pretty much just Anomaly and a mediocrely built Haramasa, and that was about it. So I had to find a way to try and stretch my lineup just thin enough so that it could work. By the way, I realized that Vivian is here with Yuzuha, but in my opinion, Vivian is almost there's a reason why Vivian is considered like the best like sub DPS. Like her potential to like assist the team in her own way is kind of like on the level of like an Austria or her Yuzuha. If you happen to have like if you like treat your Vivian like she's kind of like Yuzuha, an alternative to Yuzuha in terms of like the support potential, then you could go pretty far with her. But I was trying for like hours trying to get like this lineup to work until I literally just pulled a screw it, and I just did like the Nekomata Nicole and Austria team, and I actually pulled it out of my ass on my first try. This Seth here was just to try and like amplify my anomaly layout here, so I could then use Yuzuha to brute force Miasma Priest. Because if you're running Anomaly and you have Yuzuha, wherever you put her, Yuzuha can just kind of let you brute force any like boss with Anomaly. Just for a frame of reference, just for like a reminder for anyone who doesn't know, my entire account is if I have an S rank agent, I also have their W engine. I usually have M1 unless I have M0W1 unless it's Ellen Zhou, who I have M2W1 because I like Ellen Zhou and I was trying to make her work even back before they buffed her. So this first run was very frustrating, and every time a content creator would like put out a video about the power creep situation when this Deadly Assault came out, all I was thinking of is bring up the anti-Miyabi, but obviously like anti-Miyabi content as a like Ellen or Hugo owner is like very hyper specific. So unfortunately, like pretty much almost everyone just didn't really talk about it. They just talked about like the power creep in like in a general sense in regards to that. I haven't had an issue with any Deadly Assault attempts afterwards, but this definitely took the piss out of me. I was very frustrated with having to deal with this, and I hope this lineup does not become a lineup again. But with that being said, I did pull in Evelynn, so I do have more coverage, and getting Trigger on my account actually allowed me to do a Defiler with Haramasa, Trigger, and Astrial. So that's pretty cool. So I can get some use out of my Haramasa, who I did pull W engine for. Gonna take a quick leave, try to come back later. All right, see ya, Diogo. Anti-Miyabi content is fine. What I don't like is Hugo and LMB content. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel, Tomato. I don't mind anti-Miyabi content, but the problem is that they don't have a good way to like maneuver around anti-Miyabi content. So oftentimes it just results in just the entire like Ice DPS roster just getting caught in the crossfire, and that discourages me from even like considering getting more ice agents. Like another reason why I don't want a reason why I'm not going to get Yadari, aside from having to like choose between using her or Ellen or Miyabi, is that if they ever try to hard counter Miyabi again, for a fact that that's one more ice agent who's going to get thrown to the pile that you won't be able to use effectively, because they're trying to hard counter Miyabi, and they don't know of a good way of hard counting Miyabi without causing backlash to all the other ice agents. So entitled, 1DA reset they can't destroy with a. I do think it's kind of funny, because people are right to an extent about how it's unfair that attack agents for the longest time got the short end of the stick, and we're only now talking about it when the anomaly teams were getting the short end of the stick. But you have to remember something for a moment here when we look at anomaly for a second. So we had like a focus on attack, and then we slowly started to see like anomaly characters coming in, until like they seem to be like just the primary focus, because you had Jane Doe first, then Bernice, so it was slowly trickling in. You had Yanagi, it was slowly trickling in, then we had Miyabi, and then suddenly, once you had Miyabi, who was like the epitome of anomaly, then it kind of creates like this retroactive look back, where you realize, hold on a second, we got way too many anomaly going on. What are they doing with attack? And the answer is they weren't doing anything. They were just releasing a half-baked soldier Ambi, which they are only now getting around to buffing. So after Miyabi, every subsequent. If anyone's familiar with like the Fire Emblem franchise from Nintendo, I think the best way to put it is like Miyabi is like the Fire Emblem Fates of she's the fire. This is so weird. She's the Fire Emblem Fates of ZZZ. Is that once she came out, everyone was getting sick of Anomaly, and every Anomaly afterwards had to like suffer blowback from the Anomaly fatigue. So then you had Yuzuha, which was Anomaly focused support. No, you had Vivian, which I'm sure there was quite a few. I'm pretty sure there's quite a few people who might have skipped Vivian, so they don't understand her power, because there was an oversaturation of Anomaly at the time, and also because some people don't like her personality. I personally am a fan of it, but I also like my anime characters with I don't mind Gap Moe. I don't care too much. I don't really look into it too much. And then you had Yuzuha, and then you had Alice. And, right now we're kind of going in through a period where Anomaly's definitely on like a hard cooldown. No, I understand if people are really tuckered out from like the shtick of the Lord Python or the Python sama. I play in Japanese, so it's Python. I think it's cooler anyway when you sound like a snake. Oh, you made a big mistake with Miyabi, Lycon Sokaku. I've never done Mono Ice, if I'm being entirely honest, so I can't speak on Mono Ice. If I ever wanted to use my Sokaku, I want to like use her in like other teams. I'm not really big on like the. I just don't like how all three characters play. The idea of how all three characters play with one another. I don't care if it's like really good, if played correctly. I don't like the idea, I'll pull for her in this upcoming patch, mostly because my Piper. I'm pulling Vivian, like I said before, because I'm not big on Lucia. I wasn't big on Lucia before or after the remodel. And I also don't. I am a rupture denier, I guess you could say. So I'm just gonna try and pull as many Vivians as I can. Or personality, here we go. So I can understand why a lot of people don't like Vivian as a character, but the way I look at ZCC as a world is that everyone is batshit insane, and Vivian just so happens to be a different flavor of batshit insane. And it's like when you make enough characters, one of them is probably going to be like that self-aware like Python fan. So it's funny because when Vivian first came out, when Vivian was first revealed as like a teaser in the 1.5 patch, I actually didn't really care about her. Even when we like saw her full model, I didn't really care about her. But me personally, I think I'm on the like side of the polarizing opinions of Vivian. You know, you're either hater or you love her. I'm on the love side, and you know, I love purple. I love like Victorian, like high class aesthetics. And believe it or not, I actually am not a fan of big tits all the time. You know, I'm more of a modest tit kind of person, if I'm being entirely honest. But yeah, I've not had an issue with Endgame since that first rotation. I did struggle a little bit when fighting when I first got my Evelyn. I immediately tried her on Pompeii, because for the longest time Pompeii would be the deadly assault boss I struggled the most with, because I didn't have a fire character, and I just can't. I don't know, I might just suck, but I just can't get Soldier 11 to work for me at all, but also probably because I don't have lighter. So when I was doing the deadly assault run with that recently came out with Pompeii, I was trying to like be very conservative with that team. So I used like Evelyn, Lucy, and Caesar, and I only barely irked out a win. I barely irked out a win at like 21k after like a dozen reattempts, like trying to learn the rotation. And at one point, I didn't even realize this. I was using Evelyn wrong the whole time. Evelyn has like a meter where once the red bar fills past like a little mark, about like a third of the way through, then you can like hold skill or hold basic to like generate a charge and do like a small AoE. I thought you had to fill that bar entirely, so I was just using her wrong the whole time. I was using her wrong like a majority of the time when I was trying to learn to use how to fight Pompeii with Evelyn. The content creators and the theory crafters, they weren't lying when they said Evelyn has like a high skill expression ceiling, because there is a lot to manage with Evelyn amongst like all the other characters. My favorite character in ZCC is a terrorist. Which one? Soldier 11 with light. Yeah, lighter is still definitely on the table. But if I'm gonna be Sarah. Oh right, Sarah. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. When Sarah got when Sarah's model got shown off in the story, I actually wasn't as into Sarah as I thought, because I think the model doesn't look as good as like some of the 2D art. Zenless, Hero, Sarah. I think there are some. Let me pull up two images. That image is so small. I need to see another image. That is just literally somebody just has her bust like right in their. Bro, why are these images all small? And, okay, fine. I'll just drag it over. I'm not a fan of like how they rendered Sarah. I think they could have done a little bit of a better job with how they rendered Sarah. I think some of the aspects of her design is a bit too flat. If they were to make her playable, I definitely think they would need to like either touch some of this up or just kind of make some more defined details about her. I don't know if Sarah will be playable with this kind of like very lower end design. Plot armor woman? Oh yeah, she probably is. I gotta be honest. I would have preferred Sarah if she was just like a character that was a part of the Tops faction. I think Tops is a more interesting fact. I've always thought corporations were a more interesting faction to explore than cultists, because if you have corporations, you can either explore the concept of the corporation as a conglomerate, or you can explore individual motives within the corporation. That's why I think the best faction in any Hoyoverse game is the 10 gemstones from Honkai Star Rail. You've got Jade, you've got Topaz and Nami, you got Adventurine. I think those are all like really cool characters, because they kind of remind me of what if Fatui but corporation. And I think I also just really love all their high class designs. Use Eve with Jafufu. I'm contemplating Jafufu, but again, like Jafufu's just kind of like very rupture leaning. I gotta be honest. After when I got Trigger, I don't really know if I like want Lighter as much anymore, because Trigger just really allows you to just play whatever character you want, without too much stun or field time. And also Trigger has like a ridiculous amount of iframes. I was doing Battle Tower for like the last maybe week and a half, and Trigger just kind of allows you to just really just invincibility frame bullshit a lot of stuff, because there are so when she's in snipe mode, she gets like one free dodge every 8 seconds, and then on the end of her animation, when she's done sniping, she can't be hit. Like, she can't be hit when she's like low on the ground shooting. And not on top of that, where she can shoot like half across the battlefield, and then you can just trigger assist and effectively just TP straight to the enemy. Caught using Trigger on field. You got to use her on field a little bit. Alright, I want to actually maybe take a moment to actually do something in this game now. And we can keep chatting while doing it. So I went for Battle Tower like 25, and I went straight to like 101. So I definitely got this one out of the way, but I kind of want to do more of this right now. What kind of gacha CCs you've been watching? None. If I'm being entirely honest, none right now. When I said I'd stop engaging with other gacha CCs, I actually meant that, which kind of surprised me too. I thought I was also bullshitting myself, if I'm being honest. I've only watched like 3 videos from EO, because I still wanted to like watch somebody like talk about. I wanted to like satiate my ZZZ interest a little bit, so like EO was like kind of a safe bet, because he hasn't been like getting into the thick of things at all for a while. So I watched a little bit of EO, but otherwise like nobody. Just a couple. 2 days ago, I did look at Blazion 2 days ago, and I think I saw a video of him basically talking about how he's kind of done like making clickbaity titles, or like trying to exaggerate his videos to try and like meet the algorithm. And that's great. I'm honestly glad Blazion has made that decision, because I think the more people that we have that kind of push against this need to feed into the algorithm and try to push for analytics is great. And what surprised me the most, I have his channel up right now. What surprised me him the most is he's actually not doing too bad right now in Blue Protocol. Now, whether or not you personally enjoy Blue Protocol is another question entirely. I don't like Blue Protocol, but the fact that he's popping off right now in Blue Protocol is actually very refreshing to see. So I'm very much happy for Blazion. I'm glad he's managed to like maybe branch out and find more stuff to do. But other than that, I've not seen anything from other CCs. Gabriella's abs. Yeah, that's nice. Been much good drama lately. I guess the HP inflation thing was entertaining though. So when I had that private conversation with EO before I made that video where I said like I made up with a few CCs, something that I mentioned when something that EO just mentioned to me when we were having the conversation, is EO predicted that gacha drama as a whole would like drastically like go down, like as we hit like the tail end of this year, like at around like October. Like this was his prediction, across the board, like including like all creators. He thought like drama was gonna start seeing like some very serious diminishing returns, and then we might get to like get to a point where like we can start having more productive conversations again. I'm not sure. Again, I have not been keeping up with like creators at all, so I'm not sure how that's actually going, but I do kind of hope that's true. Wait, where do I start? Currently, I've oh no, just go to 21. I want to hit something. Oh yeah, right. Ever since Tectone left, it's been all downhill. I don't know if fun drama is the word, but I guess Tectone did kind of have like that energy to kind of make it like quote unquote fun, or like, you know, like hyperbolic to the point of being fun. It did kind of suck when I started making YouTube content, is when Tectone was like on his way out, because that was kind of like one of the goals, like I like the North Star I was reaching for, is I did kind of want to like be on the Gacha Cast at least once, but that just stopped. It's like, whatever, I guess I'll find something else to do. Oh, who's this Saint guy? And then the rest is like history. I'm just gonna pick one. I don't know how this this one works. Let's do you. Wait, I can only bring 6? What about? Oh, you know, I might need to fill the slot up more. Fun as a viewer anyway. Yeah. Being a creator and being a viewer is just two completely different dynamics, because when you're a viewer, you don't have to like commit to anything, and you don't really like need context or like an explanation for anything that's going on. You can be as informed or as uninformed as you please, and it doesn't really matter. And if there is enough uninformed people, then the masses can really just kind of just do whatever they want or spin whatever narrative. I'm not trying to imply anything, though I'm sure some people might already have something in their mind, and that's just kind of inevitable. But yeah, that one. All right. Delete, yeah. You absolutely can delete comments. I think what you I'm surprised YouTube hasn't done this, but Reddit does this. Is if you try to delete a comment, it will just say like message deleted, but you can still see like people who responded to those comments. I think it would be pretty funny if YouTube implemented that, so you can kind of see like the leftovers of like someone trying to cover their tracks. So and also it would keep their name up there. Well, no, it actually doesn't. I think it redacts their name, so actually maybe that's not true. Okay, enough yapping. I want to hit some. I might honestly pull a full Mindscape Ellen Joe when she comes back on Banner. I have no idea when that is. You'd think that they would release her on Banner when she returned for her buff, but they didn't. I already got hit. You let me know if the audio is what? Jesus. You know, I did not have this much trouble when going through regular Battle Tower. But then again, regular Battle Tower has some pretty easy lineups, and they only have like 30 variations of lineups. But you can absolutely tell that the older Battle Tower was not made with like a Trigger or Astro Yao in mind. Because you can just iframe or just heal your way to floor 100. I don't really know how far I would get with this. Ellen and Hugo? Oh, well. I'm gonna need to put that full-time job paychecks to use, because I'm about to use up. I'm about to be spending so much money, and considering I'm still on a 6 loss streak, I might just actually like head wall again, head table 3 times. You know the drill. I will absolutely be live streaming my Vivian polls tomorrow. Because why not? I don't know if my brother will be there. I might wait for my brother if he has work that day, so he can come and just kind of be a part of the experience. We'll be dead on arrival when they do. So see, that's the plan. Is that if you pull enough copies, surely they can't stop me. Surely. Oops, I did not mean to restart. Ah, shit. All right, well, we're gonna have to rerun this again because I didn't. Can I not just progress? Like, I already clicked. Nope. Okay. Oh yeah, it's because the scoring system. Oh yeah, I don't know why they added the scoring system. Just get to high enough floors and your score will be automatically higher. I'm not really sure. Has anyone here like actually been able to consistently pull off the assist counter, where you do like a dodge and like a parry at and a tag and parry at the same time? Because after the initial tutorial, I've never attempted to or tried to pull it off. I just don't see the point. It just seems way too annoying to do. Ain't no one using that. Yeah, I felt the same way. Jesus. This is already harder than what I was doing before. All right, you know what? Let's try with the other lineup, because this is not a good lineup. It's not usable. No, I disagree. I think it. Oh, I just get to go. Wait, what? Huh? I get to just keep going? I just have to clear it once? Okay. All right. I definitely screwed that up, but whatever. I already cleared. Hey, I already cleared it once. Do it every opportunity you get. You should you should charge people for that. This I don't know why, but that reminds me of I had some friends who were a part of like a Destiny 2 Discord server, and they found a live streamer with like 1,000 hours in Destiny 2 who was charging for perfect raids, and we memed that guy so hard because it's just silly. Now whether or not it was profitable for him is another story entirely. Hey, if you can hustle, just hustle. But yeah, you should do Fortnite school charging. Like, hey, if you pay me like $10 an hour, I will show your kids how to do the best, most elitist shoulder. Jesus, assist parry that your kid can ever learn. Chat. Heart goes out to all the dudes who play. Yeah, Destiny 2 is so bad right now. I'd never played. Hey, what the fuck? I kind of want to do that over. Okay, now hold on a second. I could probably use the Ellen team on this. If I had more slots, I would like maybe use like Evelyn. Hold on, do this one. Oh, I've lost my health. All right, hold on. I got this. Who cares about the score? I thought the S just required me to do it in like a certain time. Wait, I said no. I want. Oh, jeez. No, I want to. Can I not pull it back? Can I not pull it back? I want to rematch that again. Can I not pull it back? Where's the button? Do I have to abandon and then start over again? Wait, what does abandon do? Can I not start here? No, I can't start here. I have to start back here. No, I have to start back here. Unlock badge of glory and rankings after 450. Can I not start? Does anyone know if I can just start here, or do I have to actually like abandon the run and do 21 again? can't group against demonized enemies. Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna keep going. Anyway, Destiny 2 is like so bad. I only played Destiny 2 for a little bit when they released the Fortnite collaboration, because I actually played a lot of Fortnite in like my pre-adult years. I did literally everything I could do in Fortnite in season 9, and then I burned myself out by the time season 10 rolled around, which is a shame. Because the Catalyst skin in Season 10 of Fortnite was my favorite skin. It was just Female Drift. And I thought Drift was already cool, but I think Female Drift looks... I think Female Drift had a better mask, in my opinion. So, it was a shame that I didn't have the energy to go through another Fortnite season to do that. But, yeah, so when... So that was the reason I played Destiny 2 for a little bit, is because I just wanted to get past the tutorial, open the store, and then check like the Drift skin. I think it was for the Warlock class, and I came close to buying it. But what stopped me is that I realized, oh, right, I have to actually play Destiny 2 if I buy the skin. Also, Destiny 2 is like, it's primarily first person, right? Unless like they changed it at some point for you could go third person. I have to go to 20? Yeah, okay. I'm not restarting it. I'll just take the A and just forever be upset with myself. We'll just have to put up with that. Even like look at that. Like look at that. Trigger just lets you just sit and just get away with whatever you want. She has a free dodge, and she's immune to being hit at the end of like of her hold combo. Like there's no way you can tell me. Now, unless you really want that ice and fire defense shred that lighter gives you, I think Trigger's just objectively better. Like the amount of comfort you get with Trigger is just insane. It's insane. Looking for my old screenshot where it's at 100. I do not like this grab enemy. I actually found out very recently, maybe a few months ago, that because I have a Mindscape 2 Ellen Joe, it's actually much better for me to not even do chain attacks, but actually to just chain EX special normal attack 3 EX special and just loop that over and over and over. And the EX special 2 will reset the chain attack, the stun meter, so I can just keep doing it over and over and over. Which I'm kind of upset about, but at the same time, like, Ellen has like a really garbage chain attack, so it's fine by me, I guess. Yeah, sure. Care about comfort? People would glaze Caesar? No. No. Caesar is great, but because of the comfort she provides, but she needs an equal amount of like damage or like contributions to damage, which she doesn't have. Trigger has a lot of comfort because of like all the invincibility frames she has, and she has the damage to match it. Caesar doesn't, and obviously I think we can all agree that Caesar should be the next character to get buffed, unless you believe like that very unconfirmed leak about how like Soldier 11 might be getting a buff allegedly. I don't know. Don't take my word for that one. I saw it like earlier this morning. That might go nowhere, but I think Caesar should be obviously Caesar should be the next one to get buffed. Either that or Bernice. But if they want to buff Caesar, they need to figure out what they're going to do with the defense class first. Because if they don't figure out what they're going to do with defense first, then, well, what are they going to do with Caesar? And I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people who really love Caesar, and it is kind of a shame. if I were to just like take a guess why it hasn't happened yet, aside, if it's not a defense problem, I think Koyoverse just doesn't like Sons of Caldeon for whatever reason. That and Belobog construction. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Sons of Caldeon is like a very unpopular very unpopular faction in like Asian countries. That is my only guess. Eastern is super confident about the Soldier 11. Dude, I hope so. I like Soldier 11 as a character, and I do like her mechanic of like timed inputs. I just wish that she had the damage to boot, the damage to like warrant all that work put in, and also because I have like an M4 soldier, so I would actually like to get like a return on my lost 50/50s if I'm being entirely honest here. Best of assist points, which aren't that super important. Something I really like about the defense class, and this goes for like other characters as well that can use that have this effect, is that most defense characters only use one assist point when they do a parry. Sokaku also has that as well, and like maybe one other character I can't remember at this moment right now. But I really like that because it just lets you do more parries. I genuinely believe I think defense as an archetype should probably like do more with like the assist point system. Maybe like have a passive way to gain it more consistently, but also different ways to spend it. I think that would be an interesting way to do it, because otherwise the parry system doesn't really get that much use outside of like stunners who have like specific parry interactions. Wait, Korin also has it? That's very interesting. I kind of wish I built a Korin at this point, but like it's so late into my like account. There's like no real reason to like go for it now. All mages lose HP. Aftershock damage. I don't have aftershock characters. Anomaly? We can do anomaly. Yeah. Oh, and Piper also has 1 assist point. That's some really weird characters that have 1 assist point. Piper's cracked. Piper's cracked. They really gave Piper a lot. Hello, Amy. It's nice to see you. I had a conversation with the stream chat earlier this stream about like my whole situation. I'm doing good. I'm glad I stepped away. It gave me a chance to like reorient my life. I've had a lot of good things happen to my life recently, but also like I've had like some changes in like my work and such, which some positive, but like some of the negatives is like I won't have like as much free time. So I'm kind of contemplating like how like I want to like adjust going forward. And I guess live streaming now is like in my repertoire now that I can like work around. Hey, Fox Soul. Hey, it's great to see you. It's great to see you. I would love to hang out some more. I miss you, man. I actually miss you. I wish I didn't do all that dumb shit that I did before I walked away. But part of me, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it happened because it gave me what I needed to do to like kind of reorient my life and not let consecration like kind of consume me and then like lose my way. But I know what I have a clearer idea of what I want to do now going forward, and I'm glad to be back with some people. Yeah, you just need a break. Yeah. It's funny because there were people constantly telling me, you need to take a break, you need to relax, you need to slow down a bit, and I never heeded those people. I literally made like a video where it's me saying I'm taking a break, and it was a meme video because I took like a lunch break basically. Like I was just memeing it up, but no, I did just need a break to like figure myself out, and I'm glad to be back. You didn't tell Foxel you're back. So actually, no, I didn't really tell Foxel about it. Yesterday night, I just kind of had like an inkling feeling, how's Foxel doing? So I type in Foxel and I see that he's live streaming, and I actually catch him like at the very start of the stream, like when he was like doing his Deadly Assault runs that night. And I actually just slipped back into his Discord server, but nobody noticed. Is he live right now? I don't know. Nobody noticed because my name's not Ari right now. So when I stepped away, I changed some. I made a new social media account to just kind of like cleanse my my algorithm. So I just had like other creators that I can start watching to try and like kind of cleanse my system. So new YouTube, I renamed my Discord, and I also am using a different Twitter account right now. So I can just kind of like, so it kind of helped me like get a chance to like detox and like kind of like get all that negative stuff out. So I am in the I did rejoin the server. I'm just in a I'm under a different alias. Foxel knows which one I am because I re-added him that night, and I said, yeah, we need to catch up. Get out of this menu. Come on now. Oh, what the hell? My Alice just got right hooked. Oh my goodness. Bro, the off-field mechanics in this game. All right, let's try again. I can be honest. I'm not a. I have the Alice Beach skin, but I'm actually not a fan of the Yuzuha Beach skin. But funnily enough, I might honestly buy the Yuzuha Beach skin if for no other reason than because to be consistent. Because Alice is gonna have her skin, Vivian's gonna have her skin. So it'd be kind of weird if like Yuzuha was like the only one without her skin. So I guess Hoyoverse will get me to buy the skin one way or another. I don't completely like superficial reason or whatever. Is your brother? Fuck you, guys. Vacation. No, vacation's been going great. I've had dental work. I got a promotion at my job, which I get a lot more money and I got a lot more hours. But god damn it, it's always Yuzuha that gets hit. But it's gonna leave me with like less time to do video content if I choose to like come back like fully. So I'm playing around with the idea of just doing live streams, at least for now, until I sort out like what I want to do. But I'm glad to have like people to talk to. I'm glad that I haven't completely cut myself off from content creation as like a hobby. I definitely do to an extent like kind of like miss being here, but I also do understand that not everything you want to do is necessarily a good thing for you, and I'm glad I needed to step back. Like listening to my apps. I'm glad somebody does. How am I not a fan of the Yuzuha summer skin? Because I don't like the Yuzuha summer skin because I love the Yuzuha default outfit. The default outfit? Hold on. I don't even have her in the lineup. It's a pink knit sweater with like accents of red and Tanuki iconography on it. You can't tell me that doesn't look awesome or like really cute. Like I'm fine. I would rather that over the beach skin. Can we get iframes for switching out when you turn? Oh no, yeah, I'm just definitely doing something wrong. No, absolutely. I'm just yapping. There's a 9 times out of 10, if I get hit and I make a fuss about it, I know what I did wrong. I'm just trying to deny it. Oh, we need to get the heal. Favorite ZZ character? Are you asking me, or are you asking, or are you referring to something? Frontiers. Oh, you? Me? Me? I'm your favorite ZZZ character? I'm gonna be honest. All right, yep. It's fine to talk leaks here. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not a ZZZ sponsored creator. I've got not that much presence. Also, I'm pretty sure Kete and like all the other some more well-known creators also talk about leaks very comfortably. So I don't know why you would be bothered with it here. It's no story spoilers, obviously. Banyu animations? Okay, you know what? Okay, fine. Fine. You know what? I haven't looked at the Banyu animations, but if you want me to see, I'll pull it up right now. I was watching for a few hours on the Foxsoul's live stream, and I did see that they were waiting to see when the Banyu leaks would go live, like immediately. But I had to go to bed. I had to go to bed that night because I was working a 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. shift today, so I needed some sleep. What am I looking for? Gotcha animation, taunt animation. Bangaboo. Here it is. All right. Can I full screen this without? Nope. I want to. Okay. What? Can we just? Here. I'm on the leak subreddit right here. I am a light mode. I'm a light mode freak. All right. So you're just gonna have to put up with that. Just look at this for a second. I do like how he like kind of plays with the balls in his hands. I realize that's stupid. That's gay to say, but whatever. You know, everyone says this character reminds them of like an Overwatch character. It reminds me of something else, but I can't for the life of me like figure out what this character reminds me of. Maybe something from Smite? I don't know. I'll play Smite. Azura, Akuma. Yes, thank you. Akuma. Yeah. Tomato Papa? Yeah, Akuma. It makes me think of Akuma. I don't even play what is that? Tekken? I don't even play Tekken, but it does give me some Akuma vibes. Full screen? Does that work? Yeah, that works. Okay. Okay. You're all saved from the white screen, all right? Street Fighter? Oh, Wait, who am I thinking of? Wait, who am I thinking of that's Tekken? Wait. Who am I thinking of right now that I'm thinking of Akira, ain't I? No, wait, is that a woman? No. Who's that? Who's that? Okay, wait. I'm thinking of Kazuya. I'm thinking of Kazuya from Tekken. That's why I'm fucking stupid over here. I'm thinking of Kazuya. Do you know how I figured out who I was referring to? Because I typed in Tekken Smash. Because I only know Kazuya from the Smash DLC. Oh, jeez. Okay, no. Y'all are right. It's Street Fighter. All right. What was that? Hold on. What was that? What was that dodge ant? So like the animations are like not fully complete yet because there was like what's going on with all the cheese balls I'm seeing? Like that's very weird right there. That's very weird. So yeah, that's a work in progress. Ow. All right, no, I get it. I get what people mean. I get what people mean now about how cool the animations are. I see what you mean. I also could have swore I heard like somebody say about how like his inputs are a bit like on a higher skill floor than most characters. Oh, he does have forearms. I was trying to make out the limbs there. He does have forearms. Holy shit. All right. Yeah. All right. I get it. I get why people like the guy now. All right. I understand fully. If he wasn't Rupture, I would consider pulling him. But since he's Rupture, and if I start investing in Rupture, it's going to get so expensive. He says as he's about to pull a bunch of Vivians tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. All right. I just want to point out, by the way, that I never look at like actual like animation leaks and stuff. Oh. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't normally look at leaks. Is this the EX special? I guess this is the EX special. Okay, some of this must be EX special, and some of this must be like some sort of meter management. That was cool. Some of this is EX special, some of this is probably like meter management. They put a lot of work into this character. One of the things I really like about like characters like Lighter is like when he punches and then there's like an explosion. Like that's like some like low IQ I like low IQ, like I love that stuff. Like I don't need like something like very like finesse or like very high technical animation. Sometimes I just like seeing something explode after you punch it, and this guy definitely has that. Must pull for me, but I don't think he will replace Evelyn. Yeah. Of course he has a Dragon Ball Kamehameha Wave. Why not? All right. I can see why people want the punchy guy. It was funny because like it seemed like for a little bit when he got revealed, people weren't really sold on him, but I can see why people are into it now. I can see why people are into it now. I don't have it in my wheelhouse to pull for him, but everyone else, I wish you the best of luck. Wish you the best of luck. Dial-in? Kind of. So I might get dial-in. That depends on how dial-in works with. But I very much like the shock rim. I am a fan of shock rims. If anyone remembers Kingdom is... What the hell did Vivian get hit with? Alright, well. I know what she got hit with. I did a sour spot swap. That's why she got hit. I'll need to like queue in Austria like next round if I want to heal. If anyone remembers the old like 2010s RPG Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, that like one-off RPG from like I think it was called 38 Studios. There was like a magic melee hybrid weapon where it was just dual shock rims. That was like one of my first experiences with a shock rim. That, and I think it was Soul Calibur. I think the character's name is Terra from Soul Calibur. That was my other experience with a shock rim. Design an entire character around the telephone. What you see is you wrap the telephone cord around the ethereal and then you choke them out. I think that's quite the stunner if you ask me. Okay. I wish I could use one of these 3 slots because I am not doing good on this lineup right now. It would be funny if they find a way to incorporate the phone as a weapon into the shock room, but I feel like if they try to incorporate the phone, it might be like animation bloat, in my opinion. I think they might just focus on just the shock room and keep like the phone to like either like ult animation or like idle animation, but not like overdo it. I'm not a fan of this enemy. Oh, you can parry that projectile? Oh, okay. Oh, that stuns him for a while. When did Vivian die? Oh, my goodness. Lighter's lighter? Oh, yeah. Well, I think Lighter's is a bit different because you don't... Even though the character is called Lighter, I don't think you need to like see the lighter. I think there's like enough going on with Lighter's like aesthetic as a character that you don't have to. I didn't even use the Austria there. blocking. I am not a fan of this mob. I don't know why they thought it would be funny if what if we gave this mob miasma, but he has miasma. I'm surprised we haven't seen him in like we've seen him in like Seed's story with miasma, but we haven't seen him. Where'd he go? All right, calm down. We haven't seen him like in Shiyu defense yet, which I'm a bit surprised. Jumps 2 meters and something becomes like the golden Bangaboo. I think it would be funny if they let us fight like the big golden Bangaboo mech as a boss in Deadly Assault. I don't know why they haven't done that yet. Like I'm sure they like would probably have to retool the enemy, but it's just kind of weird to have that like enemy in the archive, but you can't fight. I'm pretty sure he's like the only one you can't fight in that lineup. Miasma Raptor showed up in Shiyu? I don't know. I don't think Miasma Raptor's shown up yet. I don't think so. I think we might have seen like one regular Raptor. I swear I did not see him. I did not see him. Raptor was in Shiyu, but yeah. I gotta be honest, not only did I struggle with fighting Pompei all the time because I didn't have any fire characters. I also only had like Haramasa and like no other characters to complement Haramasa, like no Chingy and no Trigger like way back. So when I would also have to like fight somebody like the Raptor or like any of the shielded enemies, I would also just kind of sigh. But Shiyu was easier back then, so it wasn't too much of an issue. Aftershock. Enemies gain. No, let's go back to Anomaly. Physical resist. Oh, but it's immune to ether. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, can I switch to? Let's do Aftershock actually. The jumping with cannon. There's also just like some really weird attack patterns with the Raptor as well. That's just kind of made it hard for me to adjust. Oh, all right, you're just starting with that. Izolda I agree. I think Izolda is a great boss. I want to fight Izolda some more. You know who else has great iframes? Ellen, after they buffed her. Like if I really wanted to just not get hit as Ellen, I could just spam charged dash attacks because the entire charge period of Ellen's dash attack is alright, well, don't hit me like that. Just iframes the whole way down. Oh no, I don't want to do that. This is what I mean about having an N2 Ellen Joe, by the way. You just chain this. You just chain this and you just extend the stun duration. Want to play Izolde? I've been seeing a lot of people. I've been seeing a lot of people look at the slogan for look at the slogan or like one of the phrases for like the Krampus deck collection group or whatever, and they keep like referencing how like it might imply Izolda. They're huffing the. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna have to heal her up next round because I'm not paying attention. Sarah becomes vulnerable for. I think actually Sarah might actually die. I actually think Izolda has a higher likelihood of being played than Sarah. Anyway, there was a little period of time, like for a few days, where I was getting like posts from r/Izolda mains, and every single time it would be like them referencing like the Krampus company's one of the slogans of the Krampus company. Like they gotta be referring to Izolda. Oh, 7? No, no, no. She's still alive. She's still alive. She's in such a bad way. Oh, is it over? Oh, we're already done with the 10 waves? Okay. Okay, great. All right. We've cleared that floor. So when I scroll down and see the A, yeah, great, it's there. Okay, cool. Oh, I got a title. Glad you're a fellow believer. I will humor it a little bit. I'm not gonna go all in, because even if she was playable, I don't know if I'd pull. I don't know if I'd pull her, you know. But you know, to each their own. I believe Isolde would be more likely to be playable than like someone like what was the name? La Senora from Genshin Impact. I think that's more likely, but we're like talking about like minuscule like differences in like likelihoods here. Like I doubt Isolde would be playable, but more playable than Sarah. I'll give them that. Def pull, you both pull. All right, well, wish you the best. All right, it's been almost 2 hours. All right. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. It has been almost 2 hours, and I gotta be honest. I've been awake since like 5 in the morning, and it's probably best that I stop now and just rest easy for the remainder of the night, because it's been how long have I been up? It's been about like I've been up for about 14 hours. Yeah, I should probably just unwind and just kind of rest. It's been nice catching back up with y'all, and I'll pick this up again tomorrow. I don't work tomorrow, so I'll be good to just kind of go at my own pace, whatever, in preparation for the new update. But I wanna have some time to myself. Maybe consider making something for my brother. I'm not really sure what I do right now. Actually, I need to maybe consult with him. It's a bit too late. But it's been good to catch up. I'm very much glad I did this. This was definitely kind of therapeutic for me to do, and I'm glad I did this. So everyone who came by, it was very much to catch up with y'all, and I'm gonna go relax. See you tomorrow if you have the opportunity, but otherwise you have a nice evening.